On April 2, 1917, President Woodrow Wilson went before a joint session of Congress to request a declaration of war against Germany. Germany violated its pledge to suspend unrestricted submarine warfare in the northern Atlantic and Mediterranean. The nation also attempted to entice Mexico into an alliance against the United States. For these reasons, on April 4th, 1917, the U.S. Senate voted to declare war on Germany. The House conjured 2 days later, and the United States declared war on Germany ally Austria-Hungary on December 7, 1917. When World War I erupted in 1914, Wilson pledged neutrality for the U.S., a position that the majority of Americans favored. However, since Britain was one of Americans' closest trading partners, tension arose between the United States and Germany over the latter's attempted quarantine of British Isles.
Several U.S. ships were damaged or sunk by German mines when traveling to Britain. In February 1915, Germany announced unrestricted warfare against all ships, neutral or otherwise, that entered the zone around Britain. A month later, Germany announced that a German ship had sunk the William P. Frye, a private American vessel. However, the German government apologized and called the attack an unfortunate mistake. On Lusitania, ocean liner was torpedoed without warning. Of the 1,959 passengers, 1,198 were killed, which included 128 Americans. Germany believed that the U.S. was carrying ammunition on the ship when they torpedoed it.
The Germans were determined to win the war of attrition against the Allies. 3 days later, the United States broke diplomatic relations with Germany, and just hours later, the American liner Housatonic was sunk by a German U-boat. On February 22nd, Congress passed a $250 million arms appropriation bill to prepare the United States for war. In late March, Germany sunk four more U.S. merchant ships, and on April 2nd, President Wilson appeared before Congress and called for a declaration of war against Germany. His request was granted for 4 days later. On June 22nd, the first 14,000 U.S. infantry troops landed in France to begin training for combat. After 4 years of bloody stalemate along the Western Front, the entrance of America's well-supplied forces into the conflict marked a major turning point in the war and helped the Allies to victory. On November 11, 1918, the war finally ended. More than 2 million American soldiers had served on the battlefields of Western Europe, and approximately 50,000 of them had lost their lives.
In the end, President Wilson still desired peace. So, in January 1918, he issued the 14 points, which was a list of terms for resolving this war and any war yet to come. The 14 points called for freedom of the seas, free trade, large-scale reduction of arms, and an end to secret treaties. Wilson wanted to create a general association of nations to keep the peace in the future.